Hey, this is René, welcome back to another video, and today I will be explaining how you can set up and install or use a trading VPS. And first of all, let's talk about what is a VPS. So this channel is all about automated trading. So it's like using expert advisors. For example, I can go here, choose any expert advisor I like. For example, the range breakout EA. I can drag and drop it on my chart, activate it, and now it is running here, right? So the problem is that an expert advisor always needs the PC and the MetaTrader to be running all the time to be able to do like calculations and trading operations. So if I would close my MetaTrader or if I would shut down my PC, this range breakout EA that I just activated would no longer work, which means that it cannot modify orders or set new positions or open new positions or close positions. So whenever you use Expert Advisor for automated trading, you pretty much need a system that is running all the time. So you have option 1 to use your own local PC at home to let it run all the time. This is usually not the best option because it costs you a lot of money for like the electricity and also like another problem is your internet connection might be not as stable as it could be, and also it might have an impact on your on other work that you want to do with your PC. So option 2 is a lot better, which is using a VPS or vServer. VPS stands for Virtual Private Server, which pretty much means that you rent a server in a rack somewhere in a big server farm. There are a lot of servers that you can rent, and you can rent the server for a monthly fee. This fee is based on the capacity or the strength this server has, and they start as low as I think $5 per month. So this is what I would recommend. So a VPS is a server that is managed somewhere in a server farm. So you have you have access to a server there, and these servers are usually really reliable. They have a great uptime, and also the internet connection is really stable. So for VPS servers, you still have different options. Like the first option is you can go to your MetaTrader and go to the navigator. And then you can go all the way down to VPS here. And you can see it offers you a specialized VPS for trading robots and copy trading. And you can choose a plan here and buy this pretty much. This is what I not recommend. I would not recommend using one of these specialized trading VPS because in my opinion, it is just not a good way, because you do not have a desktop where you can see your program. It is just running in the background, and you do not have visual access, which makes it unable pretty much to use manual trading or to interact with your expert advisor in any way. You cannot press buttons or anything. So this is why these trading VPS are kind of limited. And there is a far better option, in my opinion, to use a VPS for trading. And this is to use a normal or standard VPS that you can rent from any server or hosting provider. So I will show you now in the following minutes, I will show you the whole process from renting a VPS with one of these hosting providers and setting up the VPS, and also installing the MetaTrader for your on your VPS. And then from this point on, you can log into your account, and then it will be everything will be the same as on your local PC. So I will just open Google Chrome here. And this is my web browser. You can use any web browser you like. And I go to Google, and then you can just search for Windows VPS. And this will give you a list. These are advertisings, but you can find a list here with a lot of different hosting providers. And these hosting providers, they usually provide a VPS plan that you can rent. Personally, I will choose Strato, which is a German provider. This would not be the best option for you, I think, because, again, it's a German provider and is specialized for the German market, but you can use any VPS provider. I will now tell you what I would look for if I'm searching for a VPS So this is a German website, but I will translate the most important parts. So I go to server and vServer Windows. I would recommend, or personally, I like to work with a Windows VPS, which is Windows is the operating system on this server. And usually you will find a lot of offers that have Linux on the server. I personally would not recommend using a Linux server because the problem is that the MetaTrader 4 and 5 is specialized for Windows. So it works more efficient, more stable. I don't know, it looks overall more clean, and the experience of working with a MetaTrader is better on Windows. This is my personal experience. So I would always suggest using a Windows VPS. And as you can see here, I have different server plans. Again, this is all in German, but I can translate like the most important things. Usually you will find something like this on every hosting provider. You will see different plans. And of course, like the less computing power you choose, the less you have to pay. For example, here the cheapest plan starts at €8 per month, which is roughly $8.5, and it goes all the way up to €54 per month. These servers that I see here, they are shared VPS, which means pretty much that I'm sharing this server with other users or pretty much other people who rented the server. But this is no problem. This is totally fine. And it is absolutely enough for automated trading. You could have a dedicated VPS, which is then a single server just for you. These servers are usually even stronger. But for trading, this is in most cases not really necessary, and you can go with a shared VPS since they are cheaper and they also provide enough computing power for trading operations or for MetaTrader expert advisor trading. So you first of all have to choose like the plan, and if you just want to run one or two MetaTrader platforms, you can pretty much choose the smallest plan. I think if you're planning to install 5, 6, 7 MetaTraders and run them all at the same time, you would go to a bigger plan here. So maybe it would be a good idea for you to just choose a monthly plan and to rent a VPS for 1 month in the beginning and then see if the computing power is enough or if you need a bigger plan. So this is what I would recommend. But usually if you only use like 1 or 2 MetaTrader installations, you can go with a really small plan and it should be enough to work with this VPS in your trading setup. So personally, I want to use the bigger plan here because I'm currently using 5 MetaTrader platforms with, I think in total like 10 to 15 expert advisor running, and for me it's not going fast enough. So I will choose the bigger plan here. So you will always find like the specifications for your server here. For example, this has 32 gigabyte RAM, 16 CPU cores, and 600 gigabyte hard disk. I don't know, like where you save the data. And I will choose this plan. So I go to order. And now again, like this process is for Strato now, and it will be different for your hosting provider, but it doesn't really matter. I will just enter my customer details here and I will order this VPS. You can do the same process for your hosting provider, and then afterwards, once I did this, I will show you the next step you have to do. So now I'm just adding my credentials here and I will buy or rent this VPS. Okay, so after ordering your VPS, you will have to wait a little bit. For me, it took like, I think 1.5 hours until Strato initialized my VPS. They did all the setup, and then you will receive an email if everything is done. I mean, this might be a little bit different from provider to provider, but for me, it is like this. So I received a first email after the order, which says that that they will start to set up my VPS, and then I received another email when it was finished. Also, you will receive an email with your login credentials to their web page where you can have access to some kind of membership area where you can manage your VPS. And I already logged in to the membership area of Strato, and I will do this like really quick because it's all in German and it might be a little bit different from provider to provider. But for me, for example, I have this Windows VC8032 VPS here and now. I can go to the package here, and then I will see like my IP address here. I will see my username. The standard username for any VPS is administrator, I think. So yeah. And then I can go to server details, and here it says my server is ready to be used, and I can install a operating system. So I go to installation, I can choose the operating system that I want to install, and I choose Windows Server 2022, and I can set a password here. So I can just choose like any password I like. It should be a safe password, of course. So make sure to put in some special letters or numbers and letters, and just a overall good mix. And you should of course save your password somewhere so you can make sure that you don't forget it. And then I click on installation or start installation, and it will do the installation in the background. You can see it changed here a bit in the background, and now I have to wait until this installation is finished. Okay, so as you can see now, the VM virtual machine, whatever, is installed correctly now, and I can click on close, and now I should be able to see a little bit of, I have a small overview here. This is like for me personally, it says when I have to, or how long my contract here is going. This is a 12-month contract and what I pay per month. And also I can see like the IP address. This is what we will need later on. And we especially need the password that we just set. Okay, with this information, what I want you to do is you go to start or search bar or whatever. You type remote desktop connection. And for Apple, it might be a little bit different. It might be a different app, but you need some kind of remote desktop connection app. And this remote desktop connection for Windows, it is always pre-installed, I think. So, it was pre-installed for me. Otherwise, you will have to download an app that helps you to connect to a remote desktop. So I can just open this app, and now I can you will see like this overview. You can make this a little bit bigger by showing or hiding the options. And what you have to do now is you have to take the IP address of your VPS server. You can just copy it, go to a remote desktop, and I can paste it here. And now you can see it automatically requests the username, because this is the first time that I log into this remote desktop. So I will type administrator because this is like the default username, and I can click save credentials because I do not want to type it in every single time. Also, you have several tabs on the top here of this window, and I want you to go through them like slowly and maybe just do like the settings that I do here. So for local resources, I would suggest that you tick printers and clipboard because it helps you to easily transfer data from your local PC to your VPS later on. Also, you can click on more and you can enable like the local like C or D or whatever, like I don't really know how it is operating like drives, like where you store the data on your local PC, and you can tick this so it will be available on your VPS also. Also, you can click on here. I think you do not really have to change something here, and yeah, this is pretty much it. So if you did all the settings here, you can click on connect, and then it will ask if you really want to connect to this remote desktop. Yeah, I think it's okay because I trust this provider Strato, so I can just click on don't ask me again because I always want to connect. Also here it says that I want to share with this remote desktop my drives, my printers, and my clipboard. This is okay, so I click on connect, and now it should ask for the password. And this is the password that you just chose some seconds before. So I will just pick up my password, and then I will paste it here, and I say remember me, so I'm able to connect to this remote desktop really quickly later on, and I click on OK. And then it should automatically connect. It will ask again. This is like a security question. Yeah, because I mean, we're connecting to a remote desktop. It might be some dangerous software, hardware that we're connecting to. So you will have to tick a lot of boxes that you are okay with this. But I mean, if you trust the provider, and I think you can provide most of these like public VPS providers, if they have a name and they're a little bit bigger, then you can click on, yeah, don't ask me again. And you can click on yes. So this will automatically connect to the remote desktop now, and you can see it is doing all the initialization stuff now, and it will initialize the remote desktop. And there it is. It should look like this. You will see some kind of server manager. No, I do not want to be recognized by other PCs in the network. And this is like where you can manage your server. Honestly, I'm not like a professional server administrator, so I do not even know all the stuff you can do here. But in most cases, it is absolutely okay. If there is, if there's a warning, it normally is not really a problem. So I can just click on X, and you can see now we have some kind of desktop here, and this is where the cool part starts, because now we already set up our VPS, and this is now pretty much like our local PC at home. I mean, you can do pretty much everything. You have like this Explorer here where you can just jump around. You can see here, this is my my local disk C. This is like the one of the VPS now, and you can see everything is like on your home PC pretty much. And this is where we will install the MetaTrader in a second. But you can see I also have my C on desktop, blah blah blah. This is my local PC at home, so I can also access my local PC at home, and it will load all the directories at my local PC. So if I want to use some data from here, I can easily access it. But yeah, so now our VPS is set up, and you can also like make this, can also minimize this. So it will be this little button here at the bottom, and I can go back to my remote desktop. And also if I exit and if I close like the remote desktop connection, as it says here, it will only close the connection, but the server will still be running. So this server is up 24/7. It is running all the time. And this is why it is so great to use this for your trading, because you can just put your MetaTraders here. So this is what we will do now. So you can see I closed the connection, but if I go here, type remote desktop connection again, it should have the IP address saved. And if I click on connect, it doesn't request the login credentials again, because I said that the PC shall save these credentials. So I can minimize this, and now I can go, for example, to my IC Markets login. And I mean, this is just my broker. You can, of course, choose your personal broker, and it does not have to be IC Markets. But for me, it's at IC Markets, and I can go like to the download area here, and I can, for example, download the MetaTrader 5 here. So I click on download MetaTrader 5 because I want to use this on my remote desktop now, and I can click on show in Explorer. So yeah, once I did this now, it should open the directory where this file is saved. Yeah, there it is, my downloads folder. And it's like really cool. I can like right click it. I can say copy. Copy here, copy. And now I can go back to my remote desktop. And what I can do is I can right click and I can paste. And this only works if you said that you want to have access to the clipboard when you log into your remote desktop. This is why I would suggest that you do so. So you can see now I have my IC Markets set up here, and I can just double click it and I can install it like you normally do whenever you install anything pretty much. You can choose like where you want to install it. For example, I can go on this PC, local disk, program files. You can choose whatever folder you want to install it. And then I can say next, and it will install the MetaTrader 5 on my remote desktop. And you can see once everything is finished, it will give me like, just the desktop icons. And here it says wait a second, it is finished and it will automatically open the MetaTrader 5. And this is now running on the VPS. So I can log into my account here, and at this point I want to like stop this tutorial because yeah, this is pretty much all I wanted to show. But I could log into my account here now, just log in trade account, put in your credentials for your server. For your broker account, and then you can do everything here on this remote desktop that you do on your local PC. And this is why I personally like to work with a Windows VPS for trading, and I do not like to use like these trading VPS that they want to sell you like on MQL5, for example. But this is just my personal opinion. Also, you can do, for example, you can write code on the VPS, you can do backtests on the VPS, you can do optimizations, which is a great benefit because it doesn't have to run on your own PC all the time. And you can also like access the web browser. Okay, so you can do like everything you want. So you can also go to IC Markets here on your server directly and download the MetaTrader 5 installation setup there. So yeah, it pretty much works like just like your local PC. And again, I can just close this, go back to your, or minimize this, go back to my local PC, open the remote desktop again. I can close this completely. It's still running in the background, and I can open it whenever I like. Also, the remote desktop connection can be opened from any PC, of course. You just need your login credential. So even if you are like traveling the world, for example, you only need a PC with a remote desktop app, and you can just add your put in your login credentials and you will have access to your server. So I hope you liked this little tutorial. Hope everything was clear. I know some of these websites and stuff were in German, but I hope I was able to explain everything in detail so you were able to follow me. And if you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this. Of course, you do not need like a big server that I chose. You can start with a small one. Only pay like 10-15 bucks a month, and you have a server where you can access from all over the world. All you need is like this remote desktop connection app. So this is it for this tutorial. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great time and good trades. Bye bye.